Sup boys, it's your boy Deathboy here, and welcome back to DedChat. Today's gonna be a bit of a long video because I have a lot to talk about. So let's get right into it. First off, I'd like to thank you guys for getting us to 420 subscribers. It is absolutely insane how much you progress. We are officially a fifth there to 500, where I'm gonna do a face reveal at 500 subscribers. So if you guys wanna see my face, go ahead and subscribe. But anyway, guys, so on the 15th, Tuesday, I think I experienced the greatest day of my entire life, and I don't know how to put everything into words exactly with what I experienced that day, but first, what I do want to say is, like, I'm just gonna start with the timeline, right? So if y'all don't know, on Tuesday, on the 15th, the Chargers, my favorite football team, the LA Chargers, officially dropped their new uniforms, their new alternate uniforms. Their Sunshine Gold uniform and their Superchargers Navy uniform. I'm gonna be putting images up on the screen throughout this video to show what I'm talking about, just because I'm gonna get into it. Anyway, I absolutely love these uniforms. I'm not gonna lie, I love both of them. My girlfriend loves the yellow one, and yeah, I've seen a ton of memes out there saying that they're piss uniforms or whatever. But I think what the yellow one is trying to do is really cool. So if y'all don't know, their yellow uniform is supposed to represent Chargers power, right? And what that was, it was a thing fans did back in the 70s, where they would wear yellow shirts saying Chargers power on it. And they decided to create a uniform based around that and give it an homage, even though it's not the 70s uniform, even though I think people would have liked it. But yeah, I think this uniform's super cool. I love it. And you know, I'm excited to see them play in it. But next is my absolute favorite Charge. I think this is probably their best uniform of all time. I don't know if anything is gonna top this, but is their Superchargers Navy uniform, which is a throwback to their 90s and early 2000s uniform, where that was my childhood uniform. That uniform was my childhood uniform, and I am absolutely so excited to see it back again. You know, when the Chargers dropped their old alternate uniforms with the royal blue and the original Navy uniform, fans were just saying, why not just bring back the one from the early 2000s? They look so similar. Just put some white bolts on it and bring it back. And you know, for years, people making fan recreations of that uniform, and now it's actually officially here, and I am so happy to see it. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I am gonna miss the royal blue uniform. That one was one of my favorite uniforms of all time. Royal blue was really dope to watch them play in. They've been using it for 9 years, so you know, it's had its time, and I think it's good to move on to a new one. As for their Navy uniform, everybody's glad it's gone. You know, I'm kind of bummed. I liked the uniform. I wasn't a big fan of the helmet, but I liked the uniform. And you know, sadly, they lost all 6 of their games in that uniform, so fans are glad to see it gone. And I'm really hoping that with these new alternates, they have a good season this year, and win in both of those uniforms, because I love them. I love them. They're awesome. And now it's time to get into the day. So the day actually started on the 14th, the day before, at 10 in the morning when I woke up, because I did not end up sleeping for 46 hours. I am not kidding when I say that. I was up for 46 hours. But it started on the 14th at 10 a.m., where I woke up because I was told that we were going to hang out with my girlfriend's friend's son that day, and he was going to come over. So he came over, and we, for like the first few hours, we were watching Kif in the living room. If y'all have not watched Kif, it is an awesome show on Disney Plus. I absolutely love that show. It's so much fun to watch. And so we were watching Kif, we played some Jenga, and then later on we played Fortnite, and you know, Fortnite was pretty good. Eventually, he went back home, and it was pretty much time to start prepping to ride the ferry to Vancouver, and you know, and get that going. So we said that we were gonna go to sleep early. We ended up not doing that, and eventually became midnight, and it was my girlfriend's birthday. So during midnight, she opened up her gifts I got her, and I think I got her some absolute banger gifts. Everybody liked it, and she absolutely loved all of them. I got her the Ultimate Crayon Collection, 152 colors. I got her this Cozy Friends coloring book, and I also got her Moshi Monsters theme park for the 3DS, because that was one of her childhood games. And recently I just started getting her, I bought her a charger for 3DS, so she started playing it again. And that was one of the games she wanted, so that's what I got for her. And then I got her this really nice Alice in Wonderland bong. Um, Honestly, it's more for decoration. She just loves Alice in Wonderland, and I thought this was really nice for her. So I ended up buying this for her, and she absolutely loved it. But the one gift that she loved the most, and that I had saved for last, and that I was most excited about, was this 1974, I think it's like Bergamot or something, I can't remember the name, Alice in Wonderland belt buckle. And she doesn't really wear belt buckles, but she loved it. She thinks it's the, like, hands down, probably one of the best gifts she's ever gotten. And everybody in her family thought it was really dope, and I was really happy about that, you know. I spent a lot of time this year looking at stuff to get her, and I'm really happy with how it turned out and how she loved everything, and I couldn't be happier. So of course, she decides to take a nap, and I decide to stay up. She says, "Wake me up at 4 in the morning so we can start getting ready, because our ferry is at 6 in the morning, right?" So what happens? I wake her up at 4 in the morning, and usually when she wakes up, she's a little grumpy. But she says, "No, get me up at 4:30. I'm like, "Okay, 4:30 sounds good." I wake her up at 4:30, and she starts freaking out and panicking, because I was supposed to wake her up at 4. I'm like, "But you told me 4:30," and then she didn't remember. She was basically out. That wasn't her. That was her fucking sleep paralysis demon or something. I don't know. But so now we're scrambling to leave the house in 30 minutes to catch our boat, and yeah, she just threw on some clothes, like packed up her makeup and accessories, and we just left. So eventually we make it to Vancouver, and we go to this nice coffee shop where we just eat some breakfast sandwich, and she got coffee. Later, well, not later, like 30 minutes later, we go to Bass Pro Shop just to walk around the mall, just to kill some time, because the concert for the weekend is until 7. And it's like 10 in the morning, or 9 in the morning at the time. So we go to Bass Pro Shop. We basically walk around and fuck around for an hour, and then we decide to go into the mall so she can look for an outfit to buy for the concert. So we're walking around the mall, and then eventually we find her an outfit, right, that looks really nice. And now it's time for her to get ready for the concert. So she says, "Okay, I need to find a place to do my hair," right? She needs to straight iron her hair. And I'm like, "Okay, let's look for a family restroom." We go to a restroom, it's locked. And we're like, "Fuck, okay, let's leave and let's go to Walmart." We go to Walmart, family restroom, no outlets. Fuck, let's go to another place. We go to like Tim Hortons Coffee, no outlet. We're like, "Oh my god, okay." So we start getting desperate. We're going from like just random stores being like, "Okay, but let's go in the family restroom. There's no outlet to do your hair. Fuck, we gotta leave." And it eventually gets to the point where I go to a gym, and I'm like, "Hey, can my girlfriend just please come and do her hair? Just all she needs is an outlet and a mirror. Can she please?" And they're like, "Well, you're not a member, and so you kind of need to pay like $20 to drop in." And we're like, "Oh my fucking god." So we said, "Fuck that," and we left. And we eventually go to a hair salon, and we're like, "Hey, would it be possible?" I'm practically like on my knees begging. I'm like, "Can my girlfriend just please borrow the mirror just to do her hair?" And the lady was like, "You can try the barbershop across the street." So oh my god, fuck you. Okay. So we go to this barbershop, and I walk in there, and I'm like, "This is it. This is the last part, and we don't know where to go after this, right? So I walk in there. I'm like, hey, would it be possible for my girlfriend just to please straighten her hair and borrow one of your mirrors and whatever, right? And he's like, I don't have a hair iron. I'm like, well, she brought her own. Could she just, like, could y'all lend her the mirror in the outlet, please? Like, we'll pay. And they're like, oh, you don't need to pay. There's nobody sitting there. And he's pointing to, like, a mirror on the chair. And he's like, there's nobody sitting there. And I'm like, okay, dope. So I go get my girlfriend for the car, right? And I'm like, okay, he's letting us do it. So that guy was an absolute godsend. We were so happy. She did her hair, she straightened it, and we're like, thank you so much. And he's like, you guys have a great time at the concert. And we're like, thank you. And we said bye, and we left, right? So now we are heading into Vancouver, and we decided to stop for tacos at this taco shop, and they were some of the greatest tacos I ever had. I'm not gonna lie. This Mexican restaurant was pretty much the closest thing I've had to home in the longest time. The rice, the bistec, the beans, all of it bangers, the horchata. It was so good. It was so good, and I could not have been happier with that. Eventually we leave the restaurant, and we start driving to the concert. Mind you, I have Texas plates on my car. So as we're driving to the concert, two people threw cups at my car, like filled with water or something, and I'm like, oh, cool, nice. I guess people just hate Americans here, which makes sense with everything going on in the world. But yeah, that was a whole thing, and eventually I finally get there, we find a parking spot, and it's time to see The Weeknd live. We go outside the venue. We stand in line for merch, right? So we're standing there, and I'm waiting in line for the merch. And this is some of the most expensive merch we've ever bought. I think we bought a shirt for like $60, and a cap, a cap for $55. So we spent like over $100 on one shirt and one cap. Mind you, our idea was like, okay, let's just go in there and let's just buy, two t-shirts and a hoodie or something like that. Like just a couple things, right? And we're like, fuck no, this is way too expensive. Let's just get the let's just get the merch and dip, right? So now we're in line, trying to get into the venue, and we're looking around. Every single girl there was dressed the exact same. I shit you not. Every single girl was wearing the exact same thing. It was like some kind of tank top and some kind of and like a skirt or something, and like a mini skirt or something. And I'm like, my girlfriend's like, they're all wearing the same thing. I'm like, holy shit, they are. And I found it hilarious. They're either all wearing black or burgundy, nothing else. I swear to you. My girlfriend was the most standing out person because she was wearing like these bright pants and like a nice shirt, and I'm like, holy shit, right? So real quick, we're gonna take a quick pause. This is the part of the video where I don't have any more gameplay footage, so I'm just gonna have to pull something out of my ass and put something here as I talk. I didn't think I was gonna be talking for this long, but I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about the greatest day of my life right now. So anyway, I don't know what footage is on the screen right now, but yeah. Anyway, so now we finally get into the venue. We get some waters, and I walk up the stairs, and I see the stage, and I shit you not, I start crying. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm witnessing this right now. And I sit down in my chair, and I just start crying. I kid you not. I was so overwhelmed with emotions of how hyped and excited I was to see this concert. Because, again, I've been wanting to see him for years, and I'm finally going to see him live. So I'm constantly looking at the clock. Minutes are ticking by. And finally, Mike Dean comes on stage at 7 o'clock. And oh my god, what a fire performance by Mike Dean. I loved it. I loved his whole show. And I could not get enough of it. But the biggest thing about the concert is Playboi Carti wasn't there. I think he's banned from Canada or something for some reason. And so Playboi Carti didn't play his spot. So what ended up happening was, between 8 and 9, it was just empty. There was nothing. There was nobody playing. They were just playing music or whatever from a playlist. And we're like, damn, okay, I guess since Cardi's in here, they're just going to leave it an empty slot. I was happy. I did not want to see Cardi. I was there for the weekend. I wasn't there for fucking anybody else. I didn't want to see Cardi ruining the weekend at all. I didn't give a fuck, right? Like, if you're Cardi fans, I'm sorry. But honestly, I didn't want to fucking hear. I didn't want to hear his shit. I want to hear the weekend. So, finally, it's 8:45. And the music starts playing. And I'm in my chair. I'm like, holy shit. I was just staring, listening to his first song play, The Abyss, and I was in awe. My tears were, I was like, oh my god. And then he plays Wake Me Up, and then my favorite song of all time comes on, After Hours. And when that song comes up, I shit you not, me and my girlfriend, we stood up and we did not sit down for the rest of the concert. We were pretty much standing up for the entire thing once After Hours hit. And mind you, this is like a 2-hour long concert. So I was singing, me and my girlfriend were dancing, we were like, I was recording some videos and sending it to my family. It was such a amazing experience that I have no idea if I'll ever be able to replicate again. This was like, it really was a moment in time that I don't know if I'll ever feel the same. I don't know if I'll ever feel the way the music felt, the way my chest felt, the way the fans sounded. It was so ear-piercingly loud. There's certain parts where the fans were screaming, and it was like my ears couldn't handle it, so it started sounding like distorted, and I was just living it up. I just enjoyed the entire thing, start to finish, and it really was. It was just that fucking good. It was so good. I can't glaze it enough. It was I don't know if I'll ever be able to do something like that again, you know. And it's definitely hands down the greatest birthday gift I ever received. Tickets to that concert. I don't know if anybody's ever gonna top that. I think my girlfriend took the cake for the best gift I'm ever gonna be given in my life. And, you know, I'm so happy I witnessed that. I'm so happy that I can say I saw a Weeknd concert before he gave it the moniker as The Weeknd. And I'm just speechless. It was that good. Thinking about it, I'm like, I didn't record it. I didn't record a lot of it. I'm glad I didn't though, because I was really living in the moment, and I'm so happy I did, because I'm now forever going to carry these memories to the rest of my life. And anytime I hear the songs now, I just think of those moments in the concert, and nothing can take that away. It was that fucking good. But eventually all good things come to an end. And when the concert ended, we left, and we went to some place called Brecco for I don't know what. And we ate, and then we drove off back to the ferry. It's 2 a.m. now, and I'm parked in a Bass Pro Shop parking lot, and I can't sleep. I'm just thinking back, repeating the memories in my head, and I'm up the whole time. Eventually, it's 5 a.m. We go to the ferry. 6 a.m. we ride it, and eventually we finally get back home and in bed by like 8:30 or 8. And you know, I had the greatest nap of my entire life after that. And here we are, present day. I don't even know how to end this video. It was such a experience that I don't know how to explain it properly. It was just that fucking good. And you know, I really am truly happy for how my life is right now. I can't my life is good, and I feel really blessed about that. And you know, it really was the best day of my entire life. And now I'm gonna start wrapping up this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If y'all like listening to me ramble, go ahead, drop a like or leave a comment or subscribe or anything. You know, I don't even know. I don't think this video is gonna get a lot of views. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. But I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. And as always, guys, I really do hope y'all have an amazing day, amazing night. And if y'all are gonna go see the Weeknd concert, I'm fucking hyped for y'all. So it's gonna be goated. It's gonna be a real one. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope y'all have an amazing day, amazing night, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.